Fala pessoal, começando mais um vídeo aqui no canal na Pondarinho, super bem-vindos para mais um vídeo. E no vídeo de hoje eu estou compartilhando com vocês mais uma aula que eu tive lá no Cambly. Eu gostei tanto da última aula que eu tive que eu decidi chamar novamente a mesma professora para estar batendo mais um papo. Então aproveita essa aula de hoje para você estar estudando em cima dela e vejo vocês no final do vídeo. Hello!
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm fine. It's so nice to see you again.
I say the same, you know, like you are the first teacher I have a second class, you know.
Oh, thank
Because I
you.
really loved our conversation
I know it was great.
some
It
days
was,
ago.
yeah, it was quite a unique class for me because I think I told you it's the first time that I can just talk how I can just be myself. You know,
Really?
I
Tell
don't
me
have to.
more.
Hello, how are you?
Tell me more about this. Like, how many students do you have, and what kind of students do you have? Like,
I would
basic
say
students,
mainly. Sorry.
like beginners. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
there are
Like,
some. There are some really. I would say most of them are. Most of my students, I would say, are probably average. You know, like somewhere in the middle. Like they're not really beginners, and they hardly know anything. And it's they're not like you. You know, I have no students like you.
and
So
then what are the nationalities?
right,
Like the
I
group
would
of
say
them.
the main nationality for me is Turkish.
Really?
Yeah, I would say probably 65% of my students are Turkish, and they're all pretty educated. The Turkish students, their English is good. I would say probably intermediate. From kind of high average, if that makes sense, to intermediate. A lot of them are educated students or young professionals. Many of them just want. I would say majority of them just want to improve their English because for professional reasons. Most of them, I would say, because of the situation in Turkey. You know,
Mhm.
they have a very difficult political situation in Turkey, and I think that has inspired or motivated a lot of people to improve their English because they're looking to move. They're looking to get jobs abroad, or maybe just work for companies with international connections. So I think, and it's sad because the people are lovely. They're really lovely people, and it's a very it's a very interesting country with an interesting history and culture. So I would say, and so they're quite advanced in a way. They more really, I would say, just want to really fine tune their English. There's some of them who are really good, and they just want to fine tune their English. They want to drop a few bad habits, because each country, as you probably know, has their own kind of bad habits that they with pronunciation. So
When I was in London, I saw many like Indian people and like foreigners, like included me, but like people living there, you know.
yeah,
Is it the same thing in Newcastle? Like, are there many? Because in London, I was like downtown, so I didn't meet many British people.
yeah, it's crazy.
There
I
was not a
know, it's
problem for me,
crazy.
you know.
Yeah,
But
if you can, yeah,
Newcastle is not like London, like a big, you know, place with a lot.
metropolis. Yeah,
Yeah,
people from.
there aren't many tourists, you know. Like I think so. Like,
Yeah,
how is it?
Newcastle. A city like Newcastle, you would definitely see more locals, British people. You know, we do have immigrant communities that started coming last century, mainly from, I would say, Pakistan, India, and China. We have Chinese immigrants.
I didn't see any Chinese
Yeah,
people in London.
they do have their communities all over England. But yeah, we have a China. We even have our own little Chinatown. You know.
Yeah, it's true. In
Yeah,
London,
yeah, in London
there is
too.
Chinatown. Yeah,
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 the
you're
one in
right.
Newcastle, it's on if you can Google it, it's on a street called, it's just one street, and it's really nice. It's on a
But
street
wait,
called Stowell Street.
Is there a
styles.
Chinatown in in Newcastle?
Yeah, just a little Chinatown in Newcastle. Yeah.
Ah, because there is a Chinatown in London as well, right?
Yeah, so we have our Chinatown, and the street. The street is just all Chinese restaurants, Chinese supermarkets, Chinese cafes, and it's just one street, and then it has a beautiful kind of Chinese, those Chinese arches.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a red ornate Chinese arch at the beginning of the street. And I mean, the Chinese people oh wow, I mean, I'm not quite sure when they all started to come, but we also, I remember in the 80s, this says how old I am, when I was a child, I was a very small child, very, very small child. Um, we had some people from Vietnam come up that came, but lot, a lot in starting from the 50s. I think the first kind of big immigrant wave was from the West Indies in the 50s, but
Mhm.
and then the next kind of big wave of people was Pakistan and India. And that would have been early 70s, 80s. I mean, now we have, we have, and of course, as you know, immigrants bring their food, so we have, everyone makes fun of, as you know, English food.
Mhm.
So, uh, but
The breakfast, I'm sorry, it's different. It's different, like
a full
it's
English breakfast, did you try it?
not exactly, but I saw it, like
You didn't try it.
beans,
Bacon,
right?
eggs, beans, sausages.
In the morning,
I
like
know.
what?
I mean, even to me now, that's
You,
just
you don't like it?
I can't. No. I mean, I don't eat much meat, to be honest. I'm not a big meat eater, so I have a little bit of chicken now and then, and maybe some fish. But I used to love it, but I don't know. I just kind of. Do you know why? Do you know what stopped me from eating meat? Like a lot, Facebook.
Really?
I got influenced by all the
Are
beautiful
you
animals.
vegan or something?
Well, I'm kind of in. Whenever I say to people, "Yeah, I'm vegan," my daughter will always go, "Yeah, right, she's vegan," because
She's
I can't.
vegan, huh?
Yeah, I can't really say that, but I suppose what you could say is like I gravitate around the area of veganism. It's like
That's
I
something.
don't eat much. I use soya milk. I don't eat much cheese, but I will eat it. I'm not going to be totally. I can't believe how fast I'm talking.
It's something like
I've, I've never been able to talk this fast on Cambly. And
it's a
you catch everything, right? You understand it.
yeah, like
Right.
normal. It's like Portuguese for me,
Oh.
it's something that I could tell when I was in London. There are
Right.
many options for vegan people.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yes.
not something I don't know exactly because I'm not vegan, so that's not something that I
Look out
worry
for.
about. I
Right.
can
Yeah,
tell,
yeah.
but in London, like I saw many options like for
Yeah,
vegan
and
people. It's so common.
it is, and also in supermarkets now they have big kind of sections of vegan food, and I think really for me it was probably more loving animals than health, but I just started to be I'm so easily influenced.
Mhm.
I just started to see all these animal videos and animal beautiful
So cute.
pictures, and I was just like, oh, and like a little, you know, maybe a little bit of activism. I kept on seeing some of the like, the animal rights activism, and I'd be like, oh, all right, yes, I know, and I'd be
Mhm.
still eating meat, going, oh,
Poor pig, and
like, oh, damn you, damn you, animal rights activists, you've just ruined my lunch.
uh,
So I think it was slowly. I just started thinking, oh, maybe. But then, of course, you have to be careful because of your health, and people would say, you need protein. But I think it just kind of cut down, and it felt right, and I have a good diet. And whenever I go to the doctors and do blood tests, I'm very healthy. So,
mhm. When
and
I
I think
was in London,
in a way, sorry, in a way, I think it actually what it did was it encouraged me to eat more fruit and vegetables. So
uh-huh.
if you're not eating, if something is missing, you have to fill it up with something else. So I think I discovered, you know, more fruit and veg, which has been a good thing. Yeah, sorry.
Nah, it's okay. Like when I was in London, I was living in Angel. You know the neighborhood. You know Angel. Is it close to King's Cross?
I think so. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
10 minutes
yeah,
walking. You know,
yeah.
and there was something called family dinner. Every Thursday at night, someone like from the staff they had to cook something for the family. You know, the staff.
All right, yeah.
And once that was my turn, and I decided
What did you cook?
spaghetti, you know, with minced minced meat. Is
Minced
it?
meat. Minced meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
minced.
I was surprised because like people they asked me to cook something vegan. I was like,
Really?
really? Like, are there like vegan people? I mean, like many vegan people here.
Well,
Uh,
I think it's getting, yeah, it's growing. I think it's a
yeah,
grow.
that's the point. It's growing, you know, because I
Yeah.
wasn't used to that, you know, like
Right.
have vegan friends, you know,
Yeah,
around me, you know, vegan people around me, and I was surprised because I saw how the how many people, you know, are vegan, you know, and I'm
yeah.
like,
Is
wow,
it?
do you want a vegan food as well? You, wow.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's definitely growing. It's I think yeah, year on year, I think it's growing. Is it not the same in Brazil? There's not
Mm.
nothing.
Yeah, as I told
Little.
you, like it's not something that I care about. You know, I mean, like
Yeah.
I realize I pay attention. You know, I don't know a correct
Yeah.
word. I don't want to be
Yeah.
like, but I didn't tell this before in Brazil, but in
Yeah.
London,
Yeah.
many people are vegan. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's growing,
I
definitely.
realized this when I had to cook a vegan food. I was like, really? Are you asking me this? I didn't know you were vegan. Oh no, yes,
Yeah,
I am. Like, wow.
but I'm not like, I don't project it onto other people because my daughter, she loves meat, and I'm not going to say,
Hmm.
I'll buy meat and I'll prepare, like, I
Criticize them, right?
yeah, I
It's an
won't.
option.
Yeah, and like I'll still buy meat and go into a butcher shop and buy minced meat and to make
Hmm.
bolognese, and you know, um, I don't really kind of project it onto what I think and my views and my opinions and why I cut down, because I can't say I've cut it out. I've just really cut down, and
Hmm.
over a period of sort of 5 or 6 years, I didn't do it like suddenly. I just like slowly. It felt quite natural. It felt like quite a natural process, and
Hmm.
but my daughter, if she wants a whole chicken or a steak, or I don't mind cooking it and touching it, and and giving it to her.
So I have a question for you. Like, it's
Yes.
about other thing. Have you seen my social medias, the video?
No, I haven't had time yet, but let me
Everyone
tell you
loves
something.
you.
Oh, listen, the thing is, right, you're gonna laugh at me. That day, like that day was like, it probably sounds really feminine and stupid, but I thought I was having a really bad hair day and a bad skin day, and I didn't put that much makeup on. I haven't, and like I was thinking, oh, why did? And you said, can I use it? And I was like, yeah, sure, because I'm not going to say no, like, because, and I
Ah,
just thought, and then afterwards I thought, damn, because like like I was really having a bad skin and hair day, and I didn't feel nice, but
don't worry, it's
I know.
okay.
I told my friend, and they're going, "Oh, just shut up." Like, who cares? You're gonna. It doesn't
No,
matter.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Like mine. I don't know if I can share my screen
So
here.
such a vain like thing to say, but I'm sure you think about the way you look when you're on social media, and it doesn't matter.
Nah,
It doesn't matter so much for me because no one cares what the teacher really looks like, But
people
probably.
love you.
Oh,
People love
listen, I
you.
have to thank you because I got a new student because of you.
Really?
Yes.
Did they
So
say this?
yes. Give me five. Give me five.
How many students?
I don't. Well, I think. Well, it was only a few days ago that we did it, but somebody came called Kevin, and he's from Brazil, and I haven't seen it yet because I really, like I don't. I will. I'm going to. I'm a bit nervous to see it because I'm going to go. Oh my god! I was having a bad hair day. Oh my god.
Like it's like English. as a student, I care so much about my mistakes. But when we
Yeah.
are talking, do you care about
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, but my friend, honestly, my boyfriend kept saying, "Who cares what a middle-aged English teacher looks like? They don't care about things like that." He said, "You're not an
So
influencer.
we
You're
have
not
just
an
some.
influencer."
We just have some seconds, but before I forget, can I put
Yeah.
this conversation as well?
Oh no! All right, but can you do some filters? No kidding.
But don't worry.
Yeah,
Like
I don't mind.
it's
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, he's called Kevin. He's from South America. He's been following you. He says for a few years. He says you're a very diligent man. That's what he said. And I was like, wow, you know, a nice word, diligent. He said you're a very cool guy, very diligent guy. And he said he's been following you for a while, and so he came, and now he's my student. So thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
I say, all right, be in.
E aí, me fala, o que você achou? Curtiu? Conseguiu entender? Se você gostou desse vídeo, deixa o like aqui embaixo, compartilhe com algum amigo seu que vai estar me ajudando demais. Não se esqueça de me seguir nas minhas redes sociais, se quiser comprar o meu e-book com dicas de inglês, o link tá aqui na descrição também. Espero que vocês tenham gostado e vejo vocês no próximo vídeo. Tamo junto e valeu!